It is here! Spider-Man No Way Home is here, okay? What's up? I'm Elle from the Lazy Girl World. I am a lover of movies and a sucker for sequels. And today we are getting into Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a spoiler-free review, okay? So very much spoiler-free, so don't be alarmed. If you've never been here before, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video. This is the like. Go ahead and like it. Alright, now, Spider-Man No Way Home. With Spider-Man's identity now revealed, Peter asks Doctor Strange for help. But when that help goes wrong, dangerous foes from other worlds start to appear, forcing Peter to know what it truly means to be a Spider-Man. So we have Zendaya back at it again. Okay, our girl has a bigger role this time. Normally she's all up on them red carpets and she be speaking for 2 minutes. No. We got her a lot more this time and I'm here for it and I'm loving it. We have Jacob Batalon. He's back as Ned. We get a lot more with Ned too. Once again, loving it. Here for it. We also have Benedict Cumberbatch. Obviously, he's Doctor Strange. Tom Holland, Alfred Molina, William Dafoe, and Jamie Foxx. And obviously, Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. Now, I love this story. It is right on track for this Spider-Man. He would be the one to mess up something when someone else is trying to help him. That's classic, Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man. This is one of the best cohesive stories that I've actually seen this year, okay? One of the best. And it's from a Spider-Man movie. It's from a comic book movie. Isn't that what we want? Cohesiveness. So I love that it answers so many questions while at the same time just kind of really setting us up for more. Obviously, it is the MCU. They're always trying to set us up for more. But it doesn't feel like this movie was just to set us up. We got a real story. We got real problems. And this story allowed us to see so much more from Spider-Man. We got to see the growth of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Not only through this whole trilogy, but also in just this movie all on its own. And sometimes when a movie is set up to be a series, you don't get that. You're seeing the growth as they go throughout. But I love that, Tom Holland did some growing in the other movies, or Tom Holland Spider-Man, Peter Parker did some growing in the other movies. But in this movie, you see how much he had not grown and how much he was forced to grow within that 2.5 hours, of my life. Not just coming into his own as a superhero, but also as a person just trying to do what's right. With great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Boy. And they meant that. They meant every piece of that. So this movie tackles what it takes to always be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, okay? And just how hard it can always be to do what's right. Because Spider-Man is always going through it. And he be there with a smile on his face still. And I know I would not have a smile on my face. Everybody's getting frowns. We're getting some sarcastic saves. We're getting spiteful saves. And you're getting some, and I'm saying some stuff to you where you're like, did you even want to save me? And I'm probably going to be like, no, I didn't. You're out here doing dumb stuff. Didn't want to save you. Get out the way next time. But obviously, Spider-Man stays friendly. That is the point. And the movie just also talks about, giving people a fair shake. Sometimes we always don't. Sometimes we prejudge people. Are you prejudging them based on what someone else has said? That it gets into that. This movie gets deep, you guys. So I love the pacing of this movie. It felt like there wasn't a wasted point. There was not a wasted minute in this movie. Every conversation, important. Every fight, important. Every second of every minute of this doggone movie is important. So just pay attention and watch it all, because it all makes sense. You're going to need it all. Now, as much as I love to see so much more from all the support characters, obviously Zendaya's here a lot more. Happy is in this movie. Ned's in this movie. His Aunt May is in this movie a lot more than they have been in the previous 2 movies. So I love seeing them so much more. But I do feel like, they could have taken a little bit more creative license with those characters. A lot of times, so support characters are just very one-dimensional. Either you're the smart one, or you're the happy one, or you're the girlfriend, or you're, the sad one, or whatever. But obviously, people are a lot more complex than that. And so they kind of show us who those characters are, but I would have wished there was some complexity to it. Sometimes it just felt like a prop, like Aunt May. She felt like she was in here to say her classic line, and then that was it. So as much as we got to see her, I would have liked to see a little bit more from those characters. Let's make them more complex. Let's give him backstory. You know, we're coming from a comic book, but let's give it a backstory. Okay, so I usually talk about the music. I don't remember it. I don't remember anything with words in this thing. There was some background music at some point in time. I don't know, y'all. Don't know. I'm so sorry. But I actually really like this movie. I definitely think it is one that is worth watching, even if you are not a comic book fan. Even if you're not a fan of superhero movies, go ahead and give it a watch, okay? And if you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. And see you guys next time. Bye.